So, kid sends me a meme this morning, talking about uh, how they're asking Elon Musk to shut down all of Russia's electric cars, all their Teslas. And I can see a bunch of Americans jumping on board. Yeah, yeah. Like that somehow gets Putin and doesn't just hurt people. It shows you the extents they're willing to go. They've already had different countries. We haven't seen it in our country, but Russia's already seen it to where non-vaccinated people couldn't even use the ATM, and now you've got Visa and MasterCard not allowing them to use their money over there, and Australia did the same thing in New South Wales. So the tyrants and whoever claims to have the power or the money sets the rules. There's plenty of information out there. There's plenty of evidence that this ain't such a open and closed book. And we're going to normalize, if you don't agree with me, you can't use services. That's what they're going to normalize. So fast forward 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, 20 years down the road, when your grandchildren are out there trying to make a living, and they do something that the tyrants don't agree with. They don't submit to something that the tyrants want them submitting to. They don't jump off the cliff because everybody else jumped off. They lose their ability to make a living. They lose their ability to go to the hospital or to drive the car or whatever. This kind of pressure, this kind of authoritarian behavior is not normal. I mean, maybe it was, 600-800 years ago, where if they caught you looking funny or not paying your little tax money, they put you in the stockades and flog you or hang you or off with his head. But when you have people with money trying to control other people, and that's not going to shut Putin down. That's just going to hurt people that are trying to work. People like you, people like me. And it sets a horrible precedent. A lot of people, anytime somebody gets offended, they want the maximum amount of damage to whoever offends them. And that's your opinion. But how is it that we become so self-important that we think because we feel a certain way, people 8,000 miles away have to feel the same way? We just get to decide that? You're a person in Russia that somehow afforded a Tesla. I couldn't afford a Tesla. But somehow afforded a Tesla. Some now has to bend to the will of the mainstream media in America or to the EU. In a sovereign nation, we just get to decide, hey, just shut it off. Okay. It's getting silly, and it's getting sillier. Forget the Tesla bullshit. Just think about, if you don't agree with somebody's government, it doesn't even have to be your own government. If you don't agree with somebody's government, they can just push the button. We want more of this? Wait until your whole life is inside the meta, wrapped up in a single credit score. It's called the Economic Social Governmental Score System, and they've been building it since 2009. And they didn't build it for no reason. They didn't spend the money on it for no reason. 3,000 top companies haven't worked on it for no reason. It's going to decide how much water you get, how much electricity you get, what access to what buildings do you have, what access to what jobs do you have. Man, who in the hell told these people they are so much better than us that they just get to choose our lives for us? And we're going to call that, what is that called? What's their favorite word? Democracy. Man, We saw how democracy works. We saw how they throw out one side so only one side can count votes. We saw how thousands of people dropped off thousands of ballots each at different drop boxes around the city and took pictures of it and got paid for it. We saw how they went into nursing homes and took advantage of old people that don't even know their own name or their own kids. We saw how democracy works. We saw how they shut it down for a leaky toilet and then pulled a bunch of ballots out from underneath the desk. And then all the media, all in lockstep, said the exact same words. There is no evidence. There is no thousands of affidavits, which are evidence. There is no video of a certain gal pulling out fake ballots from underneath a covered table while nobody else was there and running them 3 times. There was no evidence of her daughter handing another man a zip drive. There was no evidence. And they all said it. And then you repeated it. You repeated it. Democracy. Democracy. Our democracy. It's a danger to our democracy. Man, we ain't got no damn democracy. This place is going somewhere bad in a real quick hurry. And they show you all around the world what they want. And they all want it. Their little team. Their little team of ancient bloodlines. Their little team of old money. Victoria Nuland, we talked about her the other day, Democrats' favorite lady because she talks shit about Trump. Nobody cared to look into it and see that she was put in place by Dick Cheney, the evil Darth Vader Dick Cheney. These people, they got one side, and it's their side. It ain't left, right, it ain't blue, red. It's green or slave. Money, power, and sex are the only things these people care about. They will sell us down the river. They already have. I mean, you can see it everywhere around you. Go to the grocery store. You've been sold down the river. When it costs you 3 times as much to have a salad as it does a cheeseburger, there's something wrong. All right, guys. Enough of that. Push the button, shut their stuff down. I said we push the button and shut it all down. Go back to pitchforks, torches, swords, and stay off my land. See ya.